Hey guys, what's going on? So I was actually planning on going over the new heroes today, and I probably still will do that when the game is actually back up. But we have the patch note here, so I kind of wanted to go over the hero balances first. I read through it, and it's quite interesting. We're going to start with Castle here. His Proxy of God, his skill 3 got a bit of a buff. It is kind of just changed. It's the same, except instead of a knockback, it's a stun for 3 seconds, which I think is better. And of course, his Transcendence perk, where the knockback is changed to 3 seconds stun, is just changed to a reduction in mana cost. So I think Castle got a buff there. It's not huge, but it's definitely there. I mean, that being changed basically saves you 15 Transcendence perks if you were going for that 3-second stun anyway. Roi, as to be expected, did get nerfed quite a bit on his T5 Transcendence perk. Not only has the chance been reduced from 10 to 15, but also it lasts half the duration and it will not activate again during the duration. So before, he could potentially have this perk have a 100% uptime, and I think that was way too overpowered. So he's been kind of balanced like that, which I think is fair. Probably still is around the same as he was before. I think this was actually pretty much how it was before anyway. Philip got a small buff here. 8-second cut off his cooldown of his skill 3 and 1 less mana cost, so pretty big buff there actually, which is cool. Jane had a few things happen to her. Her second skill has a lower cooldown, which is weird because it lasts like 30 seconds or something, but I know there's a Transcendence perk that reduces the time it's active but buffs its damage, but also the mana cost has been reduced by 1. And because of that change, her Transcendence needed to be changed as well, because the mana cost being reduced by 1 would have made it 0 in this new change. And now it's changed to that it cannot be dispelled when negative effects are dispelled. So apparently it's undispellable now, which is cool, I guess. I've seen some pretty impressive Arena Janes, so she might be even better there now. Looks like she got a bit of a buff to her unique weapon also. The attack reduction is changed. Well, I can't say for sure if this is more or less than it was before, but she is getting a bigger AoE there. And now for the most interesting one, Nyx. I was expecting another small nerf to him, but actually he's just getting buffed, actually quite significantly. His first skill is just getting 20% more damage and 1 less second cooldown. His skill 2 is just getting more damage. So it's like they're compensating for removing 15% of his auto attack damage and giving him more power on his skills, so he's kind of more like a normal hero and not just an auto attack hero. I still think his auto attack is actually quite strong. I'm still using him in Arena, and he's doing quite well, but should be doing even weller now. I know that's not a word. But also his Transcendence perks are also getting buffed. I would check it in game, but it's still not up for some reason. They might have an hour delay. Because the first Transcendence perk that was revamped, it just says cooldown is removed, and that's a little bit confusing. Does it still mean mana cost is increased by 1 and there's like no cooldown on it? Or is it just cooldown removed and it still costs 1 mana? Either way, that's pretty crazy. You can get his stacks up super fast, I guess. Perhaps even in something like Arena, if it does still cost 1 mana, you could just be like boom, 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 boom. You'd have to give him a bit of MP though, so it's kind of weird. He's changing a little bit. And then his Dark Infinity Blade just got a buff, 30% chance of knocking back the enemy. Don't think anyone ever took that. Maybe it might be an option now. I'm probably still not going to bother with it. Infinity Blade is Nyx's third skill, isn't it? I can't check again, and I don't remember if Infinity Blade is his third skill or if it's his passive. If it's his passive, it might be very interesting. A 30% chance of knocking back per auto attack pretty much. Pretty sure it's his third skill, which already knocks them back, at least at the last attack. Does mean 30% per, like, blade, per tick of damage. That also might be interesting if that's the case. But we'll come back to that a little bit later when I can actually get into the game. Oh, yeah, they have an hour delay. Okay, I'd have to wait another 55 minutes. Well, regardless, I'll check it out later. And finally, we have Visca. It looks like she got a bit of a buff as well. Her skill 4, where she is like getting all the souls and such, they're changing her skill 4 so that the souls can't be dispelled. That again is a little bit confusing. Does it mean that even when she's using her skills that usually consume souls, they won't be consumed? Or does it mean like they can't be dispelled from an enemy? Like if you're in Arena and there's a Scarlet doing her S2, actually would her souls actually disappear at that point beforehand? If that was the case, then that's definitely a needed change. I mean, that'd be kind of weird because those souls are pretty hard to get as far as I'm aware. You have to like do your skills to get the souls. She also got a buff to her passive Dark Transcendence perk. It's the same total damage, but basically more because you don't need 5 souls, but when you do have 5 souls, you'll have that 50% attack still. It's just that you'll be having an attack boost all throughout your soul collection, I guess. A few hero bug fixes for skills. I'll leave them here for a second, or you can just pause the video. Nothing too interesting as far as I can see. I mean, I don't have any of the heroes they're really talking about, or I'm not using them, so I can't really comment on like, oh, that happened and that's why that was happening, it's a bug. Got 5 conquest entries. We're only getting 1 extra stamina per hero we have, so it's not a huge deal, but you know, more max stamina is always nice. We can also go over the changes to the daily and weekly mission. So here's the daily mission. Looks like pretty much everything is the same, except we get a bit more gold total, an extra stamina potion, and we get fragment tickets and skillbook tickets instead of mysterious fragments and mysterious skillbooks. So I believe this is the stuff where you can choose what you want. And so we can choose 20 fragments. It's not a big deal. I mean, it might be a much bigger deal for earlier game players. So, but it's still just 20 fragments, but I guess you can choose them. Over on weekly mission is basically the same story. We do get double fragments though, double the fragments as per usual on daily and weekly. More gold, an extra EXP booster, and 2 stamina potions instead of magic powder, so that's kind of like an actual change there. So I wouldn't say it's a huge difference, but could make a difference in the long run. So yeah, it looks like this is how the fragment essence ticket will work. I guess you can just choose which fragments you get. It says upon use, can select and gain 1 fragment of your choice, so it won't be random anymore. Of course, the new stamina potion and the old one will be cheaper. We'll check out more about that when we actually get into the game. Stream mode has been revamped again. That's not something I'm too interested in, so you can read it here if you want. Main screen has been revamped. It looks a bit more cluttered than it was before. I'm not sure if this menu is going to be here all the time. I assume you can just pull it up and close it as needed, but I actually preferred when it was just like the side-scrolling icons. You know, that was actually a lot better for me. So it says it'll be more convenient, but it actually looks less convenient. Just first impressions wise, maybe I'll think differently once I'm actually in game. And I guess we have like the events going on over here. Graphics have been revamped. They actually look quite a bit nicer in my opinion. I can't really tell why it's 3D instead of 2D now, but it looks better. Especially this last one, the Tower of Challenge. It just looks better. Gameplay optimization, thank God, fewer lag issues, artifact ticket name change, King's Raid title, that looks actually quite cool. Looks like they're planning something, probably to go on a raid. We have a Scarlet there. Alright, it's nice, you know, not much else to say about that. They changed the icon, got the 1st anniversary there. Also, this is a funny change. They changed the forge, so where you can kind of see the side of the 4th enchant option there, because I'm always hearing about people like, oh my god, I never even knew that was a thing in there, because before you could only see these 3 and you'd have to scroll to see the 4th one, and now you can kind of see the 4th one, so you'll know it's there. Got the pre-register event, Gear Awakening 50% discount, which they didn't mention before, which is nice. So upgrade your gears while it's on discount. I've been actually waiting for that. I haven't really messed with gear for a while, so that's cool. Lunar New Year, we'll see what's going on with that after maintenance. Well, we could see that. There's a link here. But I'd rather wait until I'm in game to check out that, and then I'll maybe make a separate video on those 2 events. And the 1st year anniversary, I'll again make a video before the 12th of February going more into detail about the different trees in case anyone is curious on my thoughts about that. And then we got some comments here complaining about Nyx's buff and thanking Nyx's buff. I'm laughing so hard after seeing Nyx buff. They say Roi isn't changed much at all, and to suck at Crybaby, but Roi is very much changed actually. His T5 Dark got hit very hard. I don't know if this guy just doesn't know what he's talking about, but that was a very big change in my opinion. Don't know why I delved down into the comments, but now I have to make sure I'm not the wrong one here. I mean, the buff has 5% less chance to activate, it lasts for half as long, and you can't activate it again while it's activated. That is a very big nerf. I mean, I'm not happy about nerfs, even though I don't have Roi, but I think it was justified. I'm pretty sure he's like he was before. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like they basically just reversed his change there. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it. For now, I'm gonna make another video as soon as the patch drops so we can go more into detail about the new heroes. They look really cool. We got Edgelord here, Purple Aisha, and Cat. So looking forward to checking them out in-game. And there's not too much else to say besides League of Honor will, I guess, be real now because rank matters. It's kind of weird though. It says the rank number 1 will get a seasonal special costume And also rank 2 to 100 will get also a seasonal special costume. I guess it'll be different from the rank number 1 because it separates them. And when the season is over, you can purchase it. You'll have to try now to go up in rank. So I guess when you're a high enough rank, you just won't have to purchase it. But then the rank number 1 is an exclusive. So that must mean only the rank 1 will have this. Oh, there's probably going to be quite a fierce competition for that costume. I personally don't really care about costumes as much as a lot of other people, but I'm probably going to try and be at least rank 2 to 100. But yeah, also the shop was changed as well. We'll be able to get infinity fragments, 200 every week. So that means essentially another unique weapon every 5 weeks, potentially, if you get it every week. The essence fragments were the same, ancient rune box is the same. We can also get 1/10 of a random artifact for 1,000 pieces. Not sure if I'd go for that. And everything else is the same, except we can also get EXP boosters now. Again, won't go for that, I have enough EXP. But yeah, that's it. Until the patch actually drops, we'll take this time to start editing this video. And we'll get back to you guys a little bit later today. Might be quite a bit later because I still have to edit, render, upload this one. So make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Leaving a like would also be greatly appreciated if you did happen to enjoy. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.